action.
Okay. Oh, did you say action?
Action.
Okay. Hey, my name is Lucile Whitman from Whitman Farms, and today I'm going to discuss how to train a tree that is normally a weeping tree. People ask me this all the time. They say, I have gotten this tree, it's only 4 feet tall, but really I want it to be much taller. How can I do this? Well, here's what you do. There are many weeping cultivars of various species that if you don't train them some way, they will become ground covers. They'll just stay along the ground. So here are 2 Japanese maples. One is Orangeola, one is Vanda Acker, and you can see that they both are naturally weeping. So if you want them to become tall trees and then weep from higher up, you get to decide totally how tall you want them to be. You take a stake. You can take a stake that's like this, 2 feet tall, and put your little weeping branch on that stake and tie it just like this, maybe 2 times to make sure it goes up, and that tree will go up as tall as your stake. So in this case, my stake's only 2 feet tall. It'll only go up 2 feet tall, and then it'll start weeping again. So what if you want it to be 6 feet tall? Get a 6-foot stake and keep tying it up as it grows up. So this one, this Japanese maple, is exactly the same principle, except there are 2 limbs, which is pretty common for a Japanese maple because they have opposite buds. So here we will do the exact same thing. We will put the stake in the pot, tie the little branch to the stake, and this is key. We're going to pinch off the end. Well, okay, so it's not pinching. So now I'm going to get my clippers, and I'm going to cut off the end of the limb that we're not going to use. It will continue to grow. It will continue to give strength to the trunk, but we have cut off the growing tip. And so therefore all of the strength, all of the energy of this tree is going into this limb that's now being trained up. Okay, we've got the exact same thing for this weeping beech called black swan, and you can see that if you didn't do something to this tree, it would go along the ground, and cute if you like something going along the ground, but who wants that? So we would just train it up, and your weeping beech would be just as tall as you wanted it. And now, another one that I get a lot of calls for is a mulberry. This is a weeping mulberry, and this one people are really asking about because I say on my website that although most of mulberries that I grow have wonderful, delicious fruit, this one has kind of common, boring, black, sweet, bland fruit, but the tree becomes a hideout or a secret place for children. So you would do the exact same thing. You would grow the tree up. Here's your little growing tip. Grow the tree up for as tall as you possibly want it, as long as you have a stake. But so what happens is people get a tree like this from me. And can you get this? Okay. So now here our stake is 4 feet tall. And the tree has basically come almost to the top of this stake. And it is weeping. So you would have to have very, very small children making this a hideout. And you probably want your 12-year-olds to be under this tree instead of out at the mall. So what you're going to do, here is the top branch that's now weeping over. But we're going to either change stakes to one that's 6 feet tall or 8 feet tall, or we're going to continue to use this little stake until we can't use it anymore. And we're going to tie this mulberry up. So now, here's your little growing tip. It's going to continue to grow up until it doesn't, until it starts weeping over, and that's when you go and you get a longer stake. But the important thing here, now that this is a developing tree, is that you want all the energy to go into this upright growing limb. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut off all of these growing tips. And you can just take off the little end, or you can cut off several leaves off all of the weeping limbs. Now it's not gonna kill them. It's not gonna do anything in terms of keeping them from growing, but it just tells them, no, not this season. This season, we're going to grow only up. And so you can spend the rest of this season making more growing tips to go out to the side. And you might, it may be that you really want only limbs coming out here so that those children can have a real play area underneath the tree. This mulberry will get 6 feet wide and as tall as you want it, depending on your stake. That's it. Thank you. Bye.